Today's read aloud is the continuation of The Kid from Diamond Street. Now remember, it says the extraordinary story of baseball legend Edith Houghton. So this is a true story about Edith Houghton's life, which means it is nonfiction. When they reached Seattle, the Bobbies got new uniforms and equipment and boarded the President Jefferson, the ship they'd take to Japan. An orchestra played, and the Bobbies threw paper streamers from the ship to the dock. They were on their way. At a big dance on the ship the first night, left fielder Nettie Gans got up and played violin with the ship's orchestra. Then the ship started rocking a lot. Edith got really seasick. Just about everyone did, except for third baseman Fareba Garnett, who kept telling her teammates to stop thinking about it, which was impossible. But when the sea was calm and Edith was well, she enjoyed the daily customs of the boat, removing her shoes before entering her cabin, attending dances and parties, watching movies. The Bobbies even taught the Earl of Gosford, another passenger, to dance the Charleston. Best of all was taking battling practice in the middle of the ocean. Right there on the deck of an ocean liner crossing the huge Pacific, the Bobbies ran drills and honed their baseball skills under a sky of endless blue. When a batter really got a hold of one, it sailed out over the rail and splashed into the dark waters below. We were knocking the balls out to sea, Edith said. No one was rushing to make plays against the railing. The drop down was a big one. When the ship finally reached Japan, the Bobbies walked down the gangplank, grateful to be back on land. Crowds were on hand to greet them, reporters to interview them, photographers to take pictures of them. Japan was nothing like Philadelphia. The Bobbies rode on rickshaws and were surprised to see that men and women alike wore kimonos. Everything was different, even the shape of their houses. The Bobbies' first game was in front of the biggest crowd Edith had ever played for. Tens of thousands of people watched and cheered, but it felt no different to the kid because once you get out there to play, you don't see those people. You didn't even know there was anybody there. You were playing. For the tour, a male battery, pitcher and catcher, played with the team. At first, catcher Eddie Ainsmith was concerned about the little pipsqueak at short. He worried that a girl Edith's size wouldn't be able to handle his throws to second during a steal. Like a jolly uncle, he promised Edith a yen for every catch she made. And like the pro she was, Edith nearly got rich on that deal. What do you think a yen is? Japanese newspapers reported on the crowds that came out to see the all-girl team from America. A reporter wrote that the female players were wearing all sports shoes instead of high heels. For 2 months, the Bobbies in their sports shoes played from city to city throughout Japan, winning more games than they lost. The Bobbies stuck together off the field too, shopping in department stores, meeting Japanese celebrities, trying to use chopsticks. So this lady right here is wearing a kimono. That's what they were talking about in one of the previous pages. Men and women wear kimonos in Japan. As in summer camp, the girls often sang together. Edith and Nettie sometimes played piano. Second baseman Jenny Phillips played guitar. Nettie wrote lyrics about the Bobbies to the tune of a popular song, Collegiate. Baseball, baseball, oh we sure do love it. Nothing goes above it, yeah. They also tried to sing a version with what they thought were Japanese words, but it was really just a mess of goofy-sounding gibberish. We were having a ball, Edith said. When it was finally time to return home, the seas were calmer and only one person was sick, the one who had told all the seasick bobbies to just think about something else. Poor Fariba was green. They were still on the ship on Thanksgiving, and Edith gave thanks for her wonderful adventure and for the bobbies, her baseball family. After their big feast, the teammates felt so at home that they got up to a little trouble. The bobbies switched up the shoes people had left outside their cabins. What a surprise it must have been to find someone else's shoes waiting in the morning. When they arrived home, they were again greeted by reporters and photographers. After posing for pictures and saying goodbye to her teammates, Edith finally returned to her family and her home on Diamond Street. I had a lot of good memories, Edith said. I met a lot of fine people. I always enjoyed playing. Maybe that's why it came easier to me. I didn't want to stand still. And so she didn't. Not when she came home from Japan, and not later when she continued to play for other teams. How could she when she was born with a baseball in her hand?